Welcome to episode 2, Tales from the Board, Risk, Global Domination. In this series, we follow along with the game of Risk that I play from beginning to end, whether I win or lose, to see who is the best general of the day. As we wait for the game to begin, I'd like to thank you in advance for your thumbs up and your comments, as well as your subscriptions. They do help a lot in the algorithm and are much appreciated. When I analyzed the board, it was clear to me that Europe was the play. I had a great troop presence around Europe. Purple added troops into the Congo and attacked south into South Africa, fortifying in North Africa, a very reasonable troop presence for purple. Black added troops to Peru and decimated my troops in Venezuela. My presence in South America was eradicated. Orange added troops into China and attacked Siam. Blue as well added troops into New Guinea and attacked from Alberta to Alaska. Fortifying troops in Europe into Ukraine. Red drops a big stack into Western Australia. Fortified in North America. I launched an attack from Egypt into Southern Europe and pondered where I wanted to fortify to allow movement for my fellow players. I decided to go to Southern Europe from Afghanistan. Purple adds troops to Ural, attacks south into Afghanistan, and fortifies. Black adds one troop into Venezuela, others into Madagascar, and launches a blistering attack into East Africa. Orange into Irkutsk, attacks into Siberia. And fortifies into Siberia. A lot of pressure relieved from the Australian continent. Blue adds 2 troops into New Guinea. And 1 troop into Ukraine. Blue attacks Ural, fortifying back into Ukraine. Red now 15 troops Western Australia. Takes a gamble with ill-prepared troops, attacking from Yakutsk to Irkutsk, and is successful. I attack into Northern Europe and bring my troops from the Middle East into Northern Europe. Purple adds troops to Afghanistan. And attacks the Middle East and Egypt. Intentions, Africa. Black, 2 troops into Venezuela, 1 troop into East Africa. Attacks the Middle East. Fortifies into India. Tensions again raising in the Australian continent. Orange troops up into Siberia. And attacks Ural. Orange has various armies across North America and South America. Blue adds a troop into Ukraine, 2 troops into Indonesia, and attacks north into Siam, and fortifies, relieving all tension in Australia. Red, sensing the opportunity, takes advantage. Australian continent secured. I add troops into Greenland and attack southeast into Iceland. Fortifying troops from Western Europe into Northern Europe. Purple adds troops into Quebec and attacks Greenland. I could tell where Purple wants to take its troops, so I began planning a strategy to accommodate. Black attacks into China. Fortifies into Kamchatka. Orange cashes in 10 troops. Orange gears the economy in the eastern US for war and attacks into Central America. The border between Central America and Venezuela, a powder keg. Blue adds 3 troops into Siam and attacks China and Afghanistan. The blue armies unite in Ukraine. 2 16 stacks side by side in Europe. The tensions are high. Red adds troops into Indonesia and attacks into Siam. I bolster troops in Iceland and attack Great Britain. Secured. I fortify in Northern Europe. Blue's intentions? Unclear. Purple attacks Iceland, Great Britain, Western Europe. A blitzkrieg. Troops united. Black adds troops to Kamchatka. Black also adds 10 troops to Venezuela. Border tensions. Insane. Black attacks into Alaska. No fortification. Orange, 3 troops into Siberia. Attacks Yakutsk. And fortifies into Yakutsk. Tension growing near Alaska. Blue adds troops to Brazil and attacks Peru. Launches attack into southern Europe. Fortifies into Ukraine. I am unclear of Blue's intentions. Blue is unpredictable. Red adds troops into Siam and attacks into Northwest Territories. My options are limited. I add troops to Northern Europe. Checking for a cash-in. And attacking Great Britain. Again, I fortify right beside Blue's stack. Next turn, cash-in available. Purple troops up in East Africa. Launches a blistering attack into Madagascar. Continent secured. Black adds 1 troop into Venezuela. One troop. Mongolia. Attacks Siberia. And fortifies more troops into Kamchatka. Orange 14 stacks surrounded by black. Orange adds troops into Ontario. Attacks southeast into the western US. Fortifies in Central America. Blue adds troops to Peru and attacks south into Argentina. Also attacks Western Europe and Great Britain. fortifies in Brazil. Blue, still unpredictable. Red, 5 troops into Siam. Also cashes in. Attacks from Northwest Territories into Greenland. Card secured. I have a cash in now. Again, deploying all troops into Northern Europe. I attack the weakest country that I have access to, and I get purple out of Europe. Purple adds troops to Egypt. Attacks into the Middle East. Keeps troops there. I have another cash-in available. Black adds troops to Venezuela. Attacks into Ural. Fortifies all troops to Kamchatka. Orange troops up Western United States. Black says bring it on. Alberta secured. Orange fortifies all troops into Alberta. Tension on the Venezuelan border lowers. Blue adds troops across its countries. Attacks south into Egypt from southern Europe, breaking the bonus for purple. Troops fortified into Great Britain. Red attacks into Quebec and takes a card. I cash in. No great options. So I attack Greenland, not wanting to poke the blue bear just yet. 40 troops Northern Europe. Purple troops up in the Middle East. Counterattacks Blue. Retakes Egypt. Tactical mistake leaving Egypt vulnerable. Black cashes in cards. Add 6 troops into Kamchatka, 7 into Venezuela. Huge battle takes place in Yakutsk. Orange defeated. Black continues the assault. Crushes Orange in Alberta. And takes the general off the map. General Din eradicated. Black gets a great deal of cards, and unfortunately does not manage them well at this particular juncture of the game. And the troops are scattered into several countries. Black did not disconnect, however. Blue troops up Southern Europe. Attacks Venezuela, secures South America. Also attacks into Scandinavia. Red, 5 troops into Siam, attacks India, and fortifies. I add troops into Greenland and attack the Northwest Territories, fortifying into Iceland. Purple trades in cards, adds 10 troops into the Middle East, and attacks into Afghanistan, fortifying in the Middle East. Black attacks Quebec, Northwest Territories, and Greenland. North American continent secured. Blue troops up in Scandinavia, Venezuela, decimates my troops in Iceland. I am in a precarious position. Blue will not relent in Europe, and such a conflict could be very, very costly. Red troops up into Irkutsk. Also cashes in cards, a big stack. Monster 16 attacks into Siberia. I troop up in Northern Europe. And deal a 2-country blow, trying to send a message to Blue. Get your troops out. Cash in available. Purple troops up in Afghanistan, attacks China, fortifies North Africa. Black strengthens borders, troops up in Kamchatka, also cashes in cards, ramps up the pressure on the Venezuelan border, and attacks China. Fortifies Central America. Blue is unrelenting. Red add troops into India and Siam and Siberia and attacks Afghanistan and fortifies. Again, I attack into the Ukraine, Scandinavia, Iceland. Three countries this time. And fortify in Northern Europe. Purple attacks into Afghanistan. Fortifies in the Middle East. Black strengthens borders. Attacks from Yakutsk into Irkutsk. and secures a card. Fortifying in Kamchatka. I noticed that blue did not add troops into Europe. That was a welcome sight, but still takes 2 countries. Red attacks Ural, a 14 stack on the border of Ukraine. Splits a stack. I attack into Ukraine and fortify. My thoughts are if I do too much, I'll become too weak to the surrounding players. The game is tight. Purple cashes in cards. 14 troops North Africa. Attacks India. 14 stack. Fortifies in Middle East. Black continues to strengthen its borders and secures Japan. Blue again adds troops into Europe. Takes Iceland and Ukraine. Red troops up into Ural and Siberia, 2 10 stacks. Cashes in cards and attacks China. Red leaves formidable armies in Asian countries. I look for my cheapest card and fortify. Cash in available, substantial one. Purple troops up East Africa. Launches a blistering attack into Ukraine, decimating 4 blue troops. Black cashes in. Black deals a blow to blue, another substantial troop loss for blue. Blue cashes in cards. Adds troops to Venezuela and Scandinavia and Brazil. Blue counterattacks black, a costly battle, but secures Iceland and takes Ukraine. Red troops up in Siberia and attacks India and Afghanistan. I cash in. My patience with blue has ran out. I deal a decisive blow to blue's troop count in Europe. Purple hits blue as well, southern Europe. And fortifies in the Middle East. Black hits blue again. Blue's troop count in Europe? Weak. Blue is relentless. Red continues. Big stacking Asia. I hit blue again. Not ready to completely remove him from Europe. Purple, massive stack drop in North Africa, attacks Western Europe. Black adds troops into Iceland and attacks one of my countries, Great Britain. No one respects my presence on the board. My continent is a card-generating slot machine. Red cashes in again. Troops up in Mongolia, attacks Irkutsk and Yakutsk. Red fires a shot across the bow of Black and says hello. I add troops into Northern Europe. And decide now's the time to remove blue from Europe. No more easy cards for blue. Purple troops up in Western Europe and attacks Great Britain. Black cashes in, attacks down, taking Great Britain again, and fortifies in Kamchatka. Big stack for Black. Blue has no options. Fortifies with the continent bonus. Red fortifies into Mongolia. I secure a card. Purple cashes in troops. Drops a big stack into Western Europe and attacks Great Britain. Black stares down the barrel of a 57 stack in Mongolia. Still attacks me in Iceland. Secures a card. Removes all troops from the border with me and powers up Kamchatka. Blue again. Contain. Red, 6 troops. Launches a blistering attack, destroying all black presence in Kamchatka. Also fires across the bow, purple. World order has been greatly shaken. Red continues the blitzkrieg, again throwing stacks into purple. Breaking the continent of black and wreaking havoc. Red comes all the way down into Iceland, Great Britain. With all the chaos erupting, I decide to wait and see what's about to take shape. I take back Ukraine and leave my troops there. Purple adds troops to the Middle East, attacks Red in India, Siam, breaks the Australian continent bonus, and secures Australia for himself. Black adds troops to Quebec. Attacks Greenland, Northwest Territories, Alaska. Blue, still contained. Red cashes in cards. Attacks India. Fortifies. I have a cash-in available. I troop up in Scandinavia and cash in. Black showed me no respect. I show no respect to black. Purple trades in cards. Troops up in the Middle East. And attacks China, Mongolia, Japan, Kamchatka, and throws a kitchen sink into Yakutsk, but it's not successful. Also takes India, Afghanistan, Ural, Siberia, throws a toilet into Irkutsk. Doesn't work out. Purple, not happy with red. Black receives 4 troops, launches an attack from Quebec to lower my troop count, lines up the stack, and says bring it on. Troop count, purple 101, black 59, blue 73, red 8, 59 for us. Blue, blistering attack now into North America, taking black countries down one after another. Takes Ontario and eastern US and fortifies into Brazil. At this point I had a decision to make. Do I go all out and take out black? What do I do? Red, troops up into Irkutsk. I do not have a cash in. Red attacks Kamchatka, Japan, Western Europe. And now the decision comes. I make a strategic call in this position. To give black and black's cards to blue. Black thinks I made a mistake, but it was by design. I wanted blue to be preoccupied with black's cards. It could have been purple, but purple was hell-bent on removing red from the game. Purple makes it crystal clear that no one will get reprieve. Black adds his last troops into Northwest Territories, attacks Greenland, and yeets his troops like Roman Spartans into Quebec. There can be no victory. There can at least be glory. Blue, Alaska, Northwest Territories, Greenland. General Kalita has been defeated. Blue breaks the bonus, taking Iceland, fortifies troops into Brazil. I fortify. My time is coming. I will wait for the last battle. Cards can't help me now. Purple, monster stack, crushes into Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Venezuela, Central America, crushes eastern US, western US, Alberta, Alaska, Northwest Territories, Ontario, Greenland, Iceland, Nehender 2, obliterated. Purple cashes in 10 troops. Here it comes. General Shishido achieves global domination.